Hi. Hi, Victory. Oh, Shao. Nice to. Hello. Hi,
Good morning.
Victory. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, how are you? Nice to see
Good,
you.
thanks.
Hi. Nice to see you, Shao.
Um,
uh, I know you have
yeah,
a
it's
big paper due last Friday, right?
yeah, so sorry that I've been a bit not present, but I'm back.
Okay, great, great, great. I hope everything has been well. I mean, with the submission and that.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, all right. So maybe we can share a bit about our wins this past weekend. I guess just to kickstart this. All right.
Hey, everyone.
Victory, can you hear? Yeah. Hi. Good morning.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, maybe Victor, you'd like to share what's wins games this past weekend?
Um. All right.
Any
So I'm
wins
just
and
trying to
learning?
get my camera running.
Okay. All right.
But
Or,
yeah. The weekend was actually quite nice in terms of refreshing. I'm actually starting to enjoy the whole concept around when it's time to rest, and when it's time to work, and especially Saturdays, I'm able to do my work. I mean, I'm able to get some, like, like a uh what's the word? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. But the
okay.
weekend I was able to rest on Saturday. Sunday it was good. I think a positive was Charles is back. At least that was basically the
Nice.
idea
Nice.
yesterday. So that's nice. But yeah, that was more or less it from my side.
Okay, great, great. So Shao, maybe you can share the one win from this last weekend or last week.
I slept.
That's the best. That's the best. Recovery, recovery, right? Okay, nice, nice. All right. So Herman, can you hear?
Yes, I
Yeah, all
can.
right. So yeah, good morning. So Herman, you like to share maybe a win or a learning from the weekend?
We sorted out stuff in the home, so and that was great. It's not, once if things are organized and less, in their place, it already makes me, energized to work and stuff. So
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure. That's great. Actually, I mean, your environment would provide the energy, yeah,
yeah,
that affects your energy or mood and all that. Okay, so great. All right, so for me this weekend, I had a family hike, with my kids,
ooh,
with my wife, and we had a great time. But something I am actually doing now is since last week, I might have shared I'm, shrinking my work hour to 20 hours. And last week, after talking with a VC who suggests to focus, I decided to cut my meetings by 50% as well. So I have actually started implementing that. And in fact, I decided to get rid of my instant messenger line on my cell phone. Just I just decided to just delete that like this morning, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's my win to try a different new lifestyle. That's less things, but hopefully better. Okay, less but better. All
um
right, so yeah, obviously, so this meeting I'm still attending. That means this is important and it's among the 20% of the work I'm doing. All right. So Victor, you like to start?
Awesome. Now, I was just gonna
Yeah.
follow up. Sorry, I was just gonna follow up on that and ask, how is that going so far? Cutting 50% off.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So basically, some are removed, some are merged. That's just
oh, okay,
it's going to be a process.
okay.
It's not going to happen overnight. In probably 1 or 2 weeks over. Yeah, but I do expect I have less less meetings overall. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we do have Diboyotis joining us. This is a new intern for Charles to know. We actually have a couple of interns joining us. Diboyoti. Hi, Diboyoti. Can you hear me? you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right, great. All right. So we were just sharing some wins over the weekend. Maybe one thing from you.
Yes.
I
Yes, sir.
mean, yeah. I mean, is there anything good that you've done this weekend? And I mean, it can be non-work related. You know, just anything, life in general. Something that was a win, that was a gain for you, or a learning.
Sir, I spend a bit of my time in data structures and algorithms, like learning new algorithms and a bit of coding. And I was like, being honest, I was a bit sick. I told it about like I told about it to Victoria, sir. I was a bit sick, so not
Oh,
that
okay.
productive.
Okay, but okay, all right, good. Learning algorithm.
Yes, and
Okay.
sir informed me that like the code is totally being shifted.
Okay.
So
What do the work hard
we'll
day
get to that.
after?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
get to
sir.
that. We'll get to that. Yeah. All right. So thanks for sharing.
And also, sir, I have come, like I showed you that project, no, that clone like e-commerce site with that social media platform. We
Right.
completed that project.
Oh, congratulations. Okay.
Yes.
That's
Nice.
that's nice to
That's a
hear.
good win.
That was a nice looking project. Yeah, you guys haven't seen
Yes.
it, but Gibraltar and his
Yes, sir.
team really did it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, Victory. So maybe you can start with the sync now. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right. So go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So the key thing that that we discussed on Thursday that should happen was basically to push the repository to immunology.
Yes.
And after extensive conversation we had on Friday with Alida and Debo, we
Yes.
sort of agreed that I think we should wait for Charles, because chances are by submitting his project, he had new edits and new changes. And the whole idea was, let's wait for him like over the weekend and see if he's able to, basically to confirm if the code he has is the one on GitHub was the latest version. And then the easiest approach was to basically zip it or something and then create a new branch on immunology, basically something like called maybe dev CFM or something, and then push it there. So
Yes.
I did have a conversation with Charles, and maybe we can actually discuss that now.
Okay.
Yesterday, where he said he wanted to just touch the code a little bit more to make it more, I can't remember the keyword now, but something along the lines of more usable. Please correct me if I'm wrong. More user friendly. I think that's a better way to put it. Because at the
Sir,
moment,
I went through that code of Sean you provided me. Sean, sir, sorry. You provided me with that link. Like you used Express.js framework, right, sir? If I'm not wrong.
So I think Debo is asking Charles on your
Yes.
GitHub profile. There's like two different vast projects, right? There's like one small one there.
Oh yes.
then
Sorry.
there's-
Was that the
Vast test bed is broken. It's dead.
okay?
Sorry,
Sir, provide me with the link.
Okay, so this weekend what I did is the dev CFM branch of vast.js, it's cleaned up, and I also wrote documentation for yeah, Victory, can you please go to that?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Let's just wait for that. Okay, so if if you look at this
nice.
README, I wrote some documentation for you guys so that you guys can get into it. So the documentation isn't 100%, but I have sort of the basic overview of it. And there's also documentation on how the matcher works. So Victory, if you can press on that link to the matcher under matchers.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just compiled some documentation for you guys. It isn't exhaustive, but yes, this is what I did the weekend, over the weekend. Hopefully Voss is, easier to understand with this now.
Okay.
I'm going to be
So you-
completely honest with you guys. Like, I need to take a break from this. I'm busy losing my mind a little bit, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me an email. It's just I'm not going to be developing on Vast for like the next week. Like I just need a bit of a break.
Yeah,
That's fully
Absolutely
understandable.
fair.
yeah.
Very fair. Very, very, very fair.
I
Sorry.
see you did not just sleep over the weekend, in other words.
Yeah.
That was quite some work.
Yeah,
That's a
who
lot of
needs more
work,
than 4
indeed.
hours, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
anyway think you should focus on your finishing your undergraduate the project. I think your oral will be in the next week or so. So it's completely fine, you know, if you want to take a break from this. This is
Okay.
already very, very helpful.
This is very helpful. Yes, absolutely. Thanks so much,
No
Shah.
problem. No
This
problem.
is helpful.
I just really wanted to make something that is actually usable by other people. Just okay, yeah, if you guys have questions, like just send me an email. But hopefully if you just read through this, you'll get an understanding of how things fit together and
Okay.
no,
I will definitely have a look at it. So from your perspective
Sir,
now, I'm
Sir,
sorry.
is there any front end here?
Front end. I think you're asking, is there any front end, like interface? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Oh no, there's
No,
no front end yet.
Yeah, no, just
What my idea is I think the simplest thing to do is to build a basic web-based chat application,
Yes.
where you just import the client's you just require the client object. So you like sorry, I'm not explaining this very well, but yeah, currently the client is just there is no front end. There is no app that really demonstrates this. My client at the moment is just a very basic client that subscribes to an area and sends periodic pings.
so maybe to add to that, I think the closest to a front end is probably the HTML visualizer. I don't know if it's still there.
Oh yeah, no, it is, but
It's still there, right?
that's
Yeah.
yeah, you can't really interact with
With it.
Vast at the moment. It's just
No, that's
So,
fine.
so in other
that's
words,
fine.
what you're saying is the visualizer basically shows you what's going on, but there is no like front end that you can basically interactively add matchers or remove matchers or move them or make
Exactly,
subscriptions. So in other
exactly.
words, it's basically all you have to program it in and then basically create the matchers or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's more a library than it is a a simulation environment.
Yeah. I mean, you can dynamically add new matches and clients and stuff from the terminal just by starting another process. But yeah, there's no front end to do that very quickly.
There's no GUI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No, but again, thanks again, Shah. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's very, very helpful. Really good.
Yeah, it is very helpful. So I don't know now, maybe Shah can also help in terms of how we should do this. So should I just take this zip file and just upload it to a different channel here? Oh, sorry, a different branch here. Basically like create a new branch and basically just put all of this there. And then perhaps you want to work from there.
Sir, what you can do is create a new branch from this branch itself. Then the code will be copied from this. Like you are in the branch that is supposed to be copied. Is it, sir?
Yeah.
So sir,
yes.
Sir, then like if we want to make changes here, then we can like create a branch from this branch? Like there is a down arrow beside dev CFM, right, sir?
Yeah, no, so the
Yes.
thing is,
Oh, you can't
remember,
create because you are not the contributor. Okay.
so the idea is we're trying to create this sort of central place where everything is.
Okay, okay, okay. Then
So this
we
is the
can create a
original, yeah.
then the changes that's been made on the source repo can be like pull request can be made
Pull
from that.
request, yeah.
Well,
But the,
I was actually thinking maybe Debroti, you can help with this. To
Yes,
just
yes, sure.
get it, yeah, just get it to immunology. Okay,
Okay, okay. I can
under
help.
the-
Like
yeah,
but I need Charles sir with me. Like he can do
right.
it.
You need permission. Okay, I think Victory can help with that, right?
so I think it needs permission to Charles repo as well. I'm not sure.
Okay, how do I?
Sir,
You guys request
no,
permission and then I just grant it.
no, sir. You have to make the request because you have.
So you have to make it, yeah.
Yes,
Sorry,
from
go
like
ahead.
create a new pull request. Yes, like that.
Yeah, from your side, Charles. I think there's something called the pull request.
Yes.
Trust me, I
create a
know
new-
I'm also quite new to the GitHub environment, so I'm not very.
Then maybe Charles sir can like do it. Maybe I can say.
Oh, how long does it take in theory, Debo?
Yeah, man, that's fine.
It takes a few seconds maybe. Like it's
Yeah,
just
it's quick.
merging.
Oh, okay.
So, basically, shell so because you forked from immunology, basically you create a pull request which says, I made a bunch of changes. Please review those changes, and if you're happy with them, pull it
Yes,
into
yes.
the immunology database. That's
Yes,
basically what
sir,
a pull
yes.
request is.
Yes.
So
Okay.
shell makes the request,
Okay.
and then I think Victory has got the
have
necessary
admin.
permissions on immunology, and he can then basically just, and then what
Approve.
happens is that branch basically just gets pulled back into the immunology
Okay.
repo. That's
I'm
basically what
busy.
happens.
I'm busy trying to put a pull request together. Which
You want to share your
branch?
screen?
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. So, sorry, hold on.
Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming this
You
is
want
the
the dev
branch
CF
on immunology which it's going to be pushed to, right? So this is the dev CFM branch on my side.
Mm.
Now this branch here, should we not have a new branch?
That's
This
what
How
can
does
be created
this-
by a contributor of immunology
Okay.
repos.
Okay.
Like,
Right. Sorry.
Let me-
I think with in the interest of time, because I think this
Okay.
is a technical issue. Also, this is
Okay.
actually doable. It's known. Okay. Obviously,
Okay.
Depo knows how to do it. So,
So
just assign
I
to
know-
him. Okay.
Yes.
And
I know what to
like
do.
grant whatever mission he needs. Okay. And I
Yes.
think we can maybe go to the next item, Victory.
Mm.
What do you think?
Sorry, yeah. So what I would do then on that is maybe we can create a branch, or I can create a branch there. Maybe not now, but today. And then I'll just let Charles know once it's done, and then he can just do the merge or push to that branch.
yes, sir.
Okay. And then me and Debo will sync on that and try to fix that. But yeah, so that's sort of the plan for today. Alida is also going to join us as well. She said she's happy to join in the evenings as long as it's after work hours. So we do have the plan to meet up later today and to just get started on this. With regards to Alida, I know she's still doing some development work. In terms of the progress, I think she's still doing tests.
You want to share a screen, Victory?
Oh,
sure.
flip! Sorry,
yeah,
I thought I was sharing my screen.
Okay, that
Sorry.
was great.
My bad. I thought I was. So basically, I was saying this is the plan in theory for today, to basically do all of this today with Alida as well. She's at the moment she's working on the client movement, but she wants to sort of be in the sessions with Debo as well, just to keep track and see how she can contribute as well, because she's working on the client movements part, and eventually we will most likely overlap. So that was what that was the plan for that. So I don't know if Amit, hi Amit, I hope you're well.
Hi,
I don't know
everyone.
if, yeah, welcome. How was the weekend? Sorry.
It's all good.
Good, all right.
So
So do you mind?
I have a bit confusion in my developing stage. Currently,
Okay.
I'm using the HTML and CSS. But
Okay.
if I will develop a chat app, then I need to use React because I need to use um, the query parameters in URL. So it will be very difficult to access them in JS. It will
Okay.
be very efficient to use React.js. So I'm now figuring out that how I can use MQTT with the React.js. I found a module which named MQTT. Currently, I'm working on that how to connect clients using that server.
Okay. So I'm just trying to, so just to clarify, then you're saying is it that it's difficult to use CSS and HTML, or it's practically impossible, or I'm not sure if I got that right.
Basically, not practically impossible, but it will be
Okay.
very tough to handle the thing.
Okay. So you're saying it's easier to use, is it that React sort of allows for example, APIs and HTML and
Yes.
CSS does not?
Yes. And
Um,
exactly, not exactly like APIs, but many other tools like Redux and query parameters and props. So these things are very essential for developing a chat app. So this will go through the whole part. That's why I'm choosing React over HTML, CSS, if it is fine for you.
Okay. Sorry, can I just ask before I ask the team? So we're saying now that, so for the React JS now, sorry, I'm not very
Yes.
familiar with JavaScript, that's the thing. But are we saying, so is it like is it still also going to be browser based, or is it like a
Yes.
cross-platform thing? Okay.
No, it will be browser based. Whichever browser you will run, it will run efficiently. There will be no issues.
Okay.
So, is there something you can share? I mean, I guess show on screen of what's been done so far.
Yes, I can show you. Wait a minute, I'm
Alright.
sharing this. So this is what I was able to do. So now I'm trying to use this React. I have set up this. So this is the what we say. This is the package which I am using MQTT. This will first take a URL to connect to which to the URL which I want to connect. Then I'll connect to this URL. Then on connect, I'll subscribe to all the rooms I want to subscribe. So this is subscribing part, and this is the message part, how to send a message. So this is the part on which the part which I have completed till now. So I'm now currently first developing my UI so that the UI look a bit nice. Then I'll go this. Then I'll do this connecting part, which is not that much tough in this case, but the UI along with the routing will be very tough. That I'm first trying to handle that. First, I can handle that. It is showing some issues right now. So I'm just looking forward that this client, this object is not setting in this client state. So I'm trying to figure out that why it is not doing this. So till next meeting, I'll able to build a decent UI and able to connect to users.
Thanks, Amit.
Okay, nice.
Cool.
So I'm actually just curious. So right now the app you're trying to basically build the interface, right? For the
Yes.
and you are using a public MQTT server. Seems like, is that right? I mean the mosquito.org server.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So it's a publicly available server. Anybody can connect to it. Is that right?
Yes, but we can provide some security over here. Suppose if we are trying to connect over here, then if they connect to the server, we do not have any issues because our channels will be all the channels will have a unique ID according to users. So,
Okay, I see.
these IDs will be generated, and via that they will connect.
Okay. Well, I mean, in the future, actually, we should use our own MQTT server. Okay.
So just, I was actually just about to ask about that. And please, this is more of a question for the larger team. I know Professor Herman sort of already worked on some form of MQTT implementation for us, right? But it was based off this other ADA's MQTT implementation.
Yes, and it also uses a earlier version of the spatial PubSub implementation that Charles did. So yeah, so basically that just needs to be updated so that it works with the most recent version of the spatial PubSub library, which will hopefully be on immunology by the end of today.
Okay. Because now I'm
So,
thinking, sorry, go on.
I basically developed this. I basically designed this small workflow that what will be the user flow. So whenever user
Cool.
sign in, we will get his user ID, and according to that, we will connect that user via this socket of. We'll connect the user to a socket which is linked with this user ID, which we'll get after signing. And when we have created this socket, then we will go to a database and search for all the room IDs, whichever they are joined to. And I'll pick all the rooms the person has joined, and I'll connect to that rooms or subscribe to that rooms. So this is
Okay. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So you're getting
So-
the user information from a database and then using
yes.
that as the channels to which you must connect. Okay, cool.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
Chunyun?
So the database will be updated as you join or leave rooms. Is that correct?
Not
If you join
exactly.
new chat or leave, that will
Yes,
sort of
yes, yes,
update
yes.
the database. Okay. All right. Great.
On
Great.
joining
That's
and
great.
leaving. Okay.
Okay. Great.
So I already had like question marks when I had database, but I guess that's a question. That's question for the future.
Well, Victory, you can think, because it's a chat ad, you need to have some personalized information
of-
stored somewhere. Yeah. So we don't necessarily, I mean, we don't really care what type of database it is, but you basically, remember, it's just a demo application still, but so you have some database, you have some authentication, you get your personal information, and then you basically use MQTT to basically join the correct rooms or topics so that you can basically exchange messages. That's basically what it is. In a similar manner, you could have that, if it was spatial based, you could have that the spatial areas that you have joined be stored in some database, so that when you start your app again and you authenticate, then you can basically retrieve that information and then basically just use that to reconnect or to resubscribe to the areas that you previously subscribed before. You can think about it at the moment. What we have is we've got a library that works, but every time that a client is shut down and restarts again, it will need to resubscribe to all the areas. There's no persistence in the system. So this is basically just a way of adding persistence to the system. Okay.
Yes, yes.
That makes sense. So okay, yeah, it's like it's more of a database for the front end side, not necessarily
Yes.
the
Yeah.
implementation of the
Yes,
like, okay.
yes.
Okay.
Once the
Precisely.
rooms are looked up, actually the joining and connecting with the specific channels, that can be done in a distributed manner.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
these are actually they're separate concerns from my
Yeah.
from my point of view. And it's
Yeah.
fine to centralize that part for now. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think what we're focusing on is the messaging part, to have decentralized message communication. That's the key focus for now. Okay, Victory,
Sounds
is
good.
that all right? I think that
Yeah.
was your question, right?
Yeah, for now. Okay.
Okay, all right.
For the front end
So,
side. All right.
yeah, maybe you like to continue and with
So
the
yeah,
both. Yeah.
I know with Emit, the idea was to sort of improve the UI and add special element, but I know that has sort of changed now. So we're
Well,
gonna
I think he's still improving the UI. He's just
no,
using React
yes,
for it.
sorry.
Yes,
I
yes,
meant
yes.
UI for for that version of the iteration or the code iteration. But it's fine. Let me just try to assign, sorry, I forgot to do that. So for us, it's more of the, okay, I'm just gonna put shall here. Yeah. DD, so push repo. So I just need to create branch. Okay. So React.js. Okay. Did I miss anything?
So to add the spatial implementation, I'll first have to make the necessary changes to that other library that I've created, so that we can basically add that to it. So you won't be able to do that until I've made the changes, but that's fine, because if his UI uses MQTT and connect to an MQTT server, from his point of view, it will just change the type of the topic of the room that you basically connect to. So my suggestion is we continue that Amit continues basically developing the front end using MQTT, and when the front end is, we're happy with the front end, then we can basically make a switch over so that it uses that we add the spatial element to the existing pub sub. What I'm interested is the testing environment with that Victory as a Victory Shell and the Yoboti is on that. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yoboti.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, cool. So that's what
Okay,
you're
so-
basically going to be working on today as well.
Today, yes. We'll
Yes.
try to finalize that today.
Cool.
Okay,
Tomorrow we should
so
have
with
a
Herman,
central
I mean,
repo.
any feedback from Herman?
No, that's good. Yeah, I think it's good that you're making progress with the testing system, verifying that it works correctly. Alida, I have a meeting with her later today, so I'll hear what
Oh, nice.
she's working on the matchers, and then Amit is basically working on improving or implementing the UI. So that's good. And then for me, you can just have basically once the branch is created on immunology, then basically just updating the AIDS MQTT server to add the spatial element. You can add that as a task for me.
Okay, all right, great. Okay,
Cool.
so one thing I think that's probably for our next discussion that Victor, I'm thinking we might need to have someone to sort of help with the product design part. Okay, of our chat app. Okay. So I mean, this is
Product design.
right. I mean, this is something I'm throwing this because I kind of realized that we might need someone with that doing that aspect. Essentially, build up a chat. That is, and this can be admit. I don't know if that's something Admit would be interested, or Tiboyoti. Okay, but I think we do need to have that role. Okay, if the chat app were to be user friendly. Okay, so this is something to think about, but maybe it's for another time. Okay. All right. So I guess that's it. And just one last remark is for Djibouti and Amit. Our sync starts at I think 11:30 in IST time sharp. So if possible, please join on time, or maybe even ahead of, just maybe like a couple of minutes earlier. So
Okay.
so the sync can happen, with everybody sync up. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because we were sharing some things, and if you join late, then you'll miss that. So, yeah. So please, I think we do want to start on time. Okay.
Sir,
Alright.
actually, I thought like you would give us the link, then we will
Oh
join.
no, it's the same link every time.
It's the same link every time.
So
yeah.
just join.
Okay.
Just join. Okay. Just
Yeah.
don't. I mean, no. Yeah. There's no. just the
I
same
was
link.
like waiting. So
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, no, it's the same link. So just there's, we are not having, we don't decide that every time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's called decision fatigue. We want to remove decision fatigue. So it's the same. Okay.
yes,
Is that clear now?
yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just join the same. Okay. All right. So we'll
So-
sync tomorrow then. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thanks
Cheers.
everyone.
Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Take care. Yeah.
Bye.
Kenyan,
Bye-bye.
thanks,
See you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.